Celtic are back on European duty, and the focus now turns to Italy as the Europa League journey resumes. There is a real sense of anticipation around the squad as preparations continue for the meeting with Bologna later today, a match that carries its own weight not only because of the competition, but because of where Celtic are at right now. European nights always bring a different edge, and this one feels no different, with plenty of discussion building around team shape, momentum, and how this side approaches another tough away test on the continent. Alongside the build-up to the match, attention has also been drawn to the situation surrounding Thomas Chavanchara. There has been no official announcement from the club yet, but all indications suggest the move is happening and that the player is on his way in. His arrival has been widely anticipated, and there has even been renewed interest in the correct pronunciation of his name, something that always becomes part of the conversation when a new face comes through the door. More importantly, though, it is the structure of the deal that has caught the eye and sparked debate among supporters. The financial details that have emerged paint the picture of a carefully balanced agreement. Celtic are understood to be covering the full remaining salary until the end of the season, a figure sitting around €1 million gross. That is notably less than what he earns annually at his current club, where his wages reach up to €2 million gross per year. Crucially, the deal also includes an option to buy in the summer, valued at around €8 million, which works out at just under £7 million in pounds. That element alone makes this move feel more considered than a short-term stopgap. Having a purchase option changes the entire outlook. It means this is not simply a loan with no future attached to something that has frustrated supporters in the past. There is at least a clear pathway if things go well, and equally a clean exit if they do not. From a squad planning perspective, that matters. In the worst-case scenario, if the player struggles to make the impact required, Celtic are not tied down long-term. In the best case, he hits the ground running, scores important goals, and earns himself a permanent deal, giving the club a forward to build around for seasons to come. There's also genuine optimism around his mindset coming into this move. He is said to be highly motivated and in good physical condition, keen to embrace a new chapter with Celtic. That sense of hunger is important given the difficult spell he has endured over the past few years, including issues away from the pitch that stalled his progress. At just 25 years of age, there is still plenty of time for him to reset his career, and this move feels like an opportunity he knows he cannot waste. The manager has spoken about the situation, suggesting the deal is close and that the player should be available for the weekend fixture against Hearts. Whether he starts is another matter entirely. He has not played a great deal of football recently, so throwing him straight in from the beginning may be a risk. At the same time, the need for goals and presence in the attacking areas is obvious, which adds another layer of pressure to his potential involvement. It has also been made clear that he should not be viewed as a one-dimensional striker. He is described as quick and agile, capable of offering more than just a physical focal point, while expectations are being managed to avoid placing the entire burden on his shoulders from day one. Beyond that deal, the broader transfer picture remains active but measured. The manager has been firm in his stance that there is no value in bringing players in simply for the sake of numbers. Any addition has to represent an upgrade, someone who will genuinely contribute and feature regularly. That approach may limit the volume of arrivals in the short term, but it speaks to a longer-term vision of maintaining standards rather than diluting them. As the window moves toward its final stretch, Celtic know there is still work to be done. The coming days will be important, especially with the deadline approaching at the start of February. There is a sense that more than one position still needs attention, but the emphasis remains on quality over speed. The expectation is that Chavanchara will be confirmed soon, possibly even in time to be named in the matchday squad for the weekend, before attention fully shifts to what else can be achieved before the window closes. There have also been a few quieter developments away from the headline signings. One of the younger players has moved on, agreeing a permanent switch to another Scottish club after spending the first half of the season out on loan. That deal will see him remain where he is until the summer before officially completing the move, allowing him to continue his development with regular football before stepping into a new environment for the next championship campaign. Within the squad, there has been reassurance regarding key players amid external interest. One midfielder in particular has attracted attention from clubs abroad, but the message is that he is settled, enjoying his football and focused on helping Celtic retain the title. Stability in the middle of the park is vital at this stage of the season, especially with demanding fixtures on both domestic and European fronts. Off the pitch, there has also been an addition to the coaching staff, with a former international goalkeeper joining to work across both the first team and the B side. His experience is expected to strengthen the setup without disrupting the existing structure, with current staff remaining in place. It is another small but notable move aimed at adding depth and expertise behind the scenes as the club pushes through a busy and decisive period of the campaign. Attention now fully shifts to the match itself, with Celtic set to take on Bologna in Italy as the Europa League campaign continues. It feels like a long time since the last European outing, the defeat away to Roma, and a lot has changed since then. There is a different energy around the squad now, a different tone coming from the dugout, and a sense that this group is beginning to rediscover a bit of belief on the continental stage. European nights have a habit of defining seasons, and this one arrives at an important moment. The setting adds to the occasion. The Stadio Renato Dall'Ara is one of those grounds steeped in history, having first opened its doors back in 1927. It is approaching a century of existence, and despite renovations carried out in 2015, it still carries that traditional Italian atmosphere with a capacity of around 36,000. It is expected to be close to full, and Celtic will not be short of backing either, with around 3,000 travelling supporters making the journey. Even with the space between the stands and the pitch, Italian grounds can feel intense, and this is unlikely to be any different once the game gets underway. Bologna themselves arrive with a mixed run of form. Domestically, results have been inconsistent, with just one win in their last 7 matches across all competitions, that victory coming against a side rooted to the bottom of the league. Confidence has been fragile at times, particularly at home, where recent results suggest a vulnerability that opponents may look to exploit. They have lost 4 of their last 5 home matches in the league, drawing the other, and that record has placed a bit of pressure on both players and supporters alike. In Europe, however, their story has been far more solid. After losing their opening match away to Aston Villa, they have gone on an impressive run. Draws and wins have followed, including a hard-fought point against Freiburg, an away victory against FCSB, a goalless draw played largely with 10 men, a convincing home win over Salzburg, and a strong away success in their most recent fixture. That run has left them sitting on 11 points, 4 more than Celtic, and firmly in the conversation for a top 8 finish. From their perspective, this is a game they will see as an opportunity to strengthen that position. Despite that, there is a feeling that Celtic can approach this match with a measure of confidence. Bologna are clearly favourites on paper, with quality throughout a relatively young squad, but there are cracks there, particularly when things are not going their way. One familiar face stands out, the former Aberdeen midfielder, who now captains Bologna and remains a key figure for both club and country. His presence adds leadership and quality, yet Celtic have shown before that they can handle sides of this profile when they get their approach right. From a Celtic point of view, the manager has confirmed that those eligible are fit and available. There had been some noise online regarding one of the fullbacks and supposed passport issues, but that has been firmly dismissed with confirmation that he is available for selection. It is one of those distractions that can crop up in the modern game, but it appears to have had no real impact on preparations. There are still absences, of course, with new arrivals not yet eligible and others missing, but the core of the squad is ready. The likely starting 11 remains a subject of debate. In goal, the experienced goalkeeper is expected to continue providing calm and authority at the back. The defensive line may see a familiar combination, though there is flexibility at right back depending on the tactical approach. At centre-back, consistency has been key in recent weeks, and that understanding will be important against a Bologna side that can be sharp in transition. At left-back, experience and composure will be relied upon, especially in managing the wide areas. In midfield, the captain is certain to anchor the side, setting the tempo and offering leadership in what will be a demanding environment. Ahead of him, there is a strong case for the same combination that worked effectively in Rotterdam, with energy, technical quality, and tactical discipline all required to compete in this type of match. How Celtic manage the midfield battle could ultimately decide the outcome, particularly in terms of limiting Bologna's ability to control possession. The forward line is perhaps the most intriguing area. Recent European performances have shown a willingness to adapt, with pace and movement across the front causing problems for opponents. Whether the same personnel are used again remains to be seen, but there is a sense that Celtic will look to stay compact, disciplined, and ready to exploit moments on the break. Goals may be hard to come by, but creating chances is not beyond this side when they commit at the right moments. The officiating team for the match is predominantly Greek, with one Belgian involved in video assistance. It is one of those details that supporters note, particularly given past European experiences, but ultimately the focus has to remain on performance rather than external factors. The kickoff time is earlier than usual, something that European regulars are used to by now, and it adds to the slightly different rhythm of the evening. As for expectations, there is a quiet realism mixed with cautious optimism. Bologna are strong, especially in this competition, but their recent home struggles suggest they are not invincible. Celtic have defended well under the current management, conceding very few goals domestically, and if that organization carries over into Europe, there is every chance of taking something from the game. A draw feels achievable if concentration levels remain high and the team stay disciplined throughout. there is also an understanding that while this match matters, it is not the only focus. The domestic fixture at Tynecastle looms large, carrying huge significance in the context of the title race. That reality may ease some of the pressure on this European night, allowing players to express themselves with a bit more freedom. Once the whistle blows, though, that balance disappears and the competitive instinct takes over, with Celtic aiming to show that they belong at this level and can once again rise to the occasion on a European stage. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. Whispers in the corridors of Scottish football are growing louder, and Celtic fans are bracing themselves for a potential storm. Sources close to the club hint at the imminent departure of one of the boys' most important forwards, a player whose influence on the pitch has been nothing short of monumental. The chatter, though unconfirmed officially, has already sent ripples through the Scottish Premiership, with supporters and pundits alike grappling with the prospect of losing a true talisman. Over the past seasons, this striker has carried the team through moments of triumph and heartache, his goals often deciding matches when everything else seemed to falter. To see him potentially leave Celtic Park is more than just a tactical headache. It is an emotional blow for a club whose history is intertwined with the heroes that grace its green and white jersey. The speculation alone has already sparked debates across fan forums, sports shows, and local pubs, with every transfer theory dissected to the last detail. Who could replace such a figure? Could the team adapt their style? Or will this mark the start of a challenging period for the Hoops? Insiders suggest that interest from abroad might be part of the story, though the precise destination remains a mystery. European clubs are perennially on the lookout for proven forwards, and Celtic's talisman has all the hallmarks of someone who could make a mark beyond Scottish football. For now, though, it is all conjecture, rumour mingled with fear and hope. Some fans are already mourning in anticipation, posting tributes and reminiscing about the goals and moments that made this player an emblem of Celtic's recent successes. Others hold on to hope that the board might yet persuade him to stay, recognizing that losing him would leave a void not easily filled. Football, as ever, thrives on such tales, the whispers, the what-ifs, the drama that extends beyond the 90 minutes on the pitch. Celtic's potential loss is a reminder of the fragile balance in modern football. Loyalty, ambition, and opportunity collide, and sometimes the beautiful game feels unbearably cruel. As the rumour gains momentum, one thing is clear: Scottish football would feel emptier without the presence of a forward who has inspired countless moments of magic at Celtic Park. The boys, and indeed the footballing world, watch with bated breath, waiting to see if the unthinkable becomes reality. Hello, fan, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.